Starting a clothing brand is already scary enough. You don't know where to start, and you have to watch out for people who are going to take advantage of you. You're spending thousands of dollars, and you don't want to waste more money than you have to. These are some scams to watch out for when you first start your clothing brand. Hey, my name is Alki. I'm a streetwear designer here in Denver. Welcome to my streetwear journals where I talk about my current life while I show you the come up and the process of basically everything that I do. You get to watch me grow my brand from the ground up. That's why I made this channel, so we can learn together. So here are some scams you just kind of have to look out for when you first start your clothing brand. You can learn from me before you jump the gun and spend thousands of dollars. Number one, non-verified manufacturers. This one you hear quite a lot when you first start out. This is about manufacturers that will scam you for your money. Personally, this has not happened to me. Well, kind of has and kind of hasn't. So the way you get scammed from a manufacturer is, well, there's a few ways you can get scammed from a manufacturer. So when you go on Alibaba, which is where most people get their manufacturing done, make sure the manufacturer is verified and you get to read all the comments and all that stuff. So basically how it works is that if you find a non-verified manufacturer, they can send you a sample, and when the bulk order comes, they will just disappear after you spent that thousands of dollars. So basically how it works is that when they send you a sample, it's usually just kind of just like a resale, or they'll get it from someone else and send you that over. So when the bulk order comes, they'll request the payment of like, I don't know, thousands of dollars. Generally a collection can cost anywhere from like 3,000 to 5,000. I mean, it kind of depends on how much money you have. Personally, I don't have all that much money. I'm just trying to help you guys save yourself from when things come like this. Make sure you know the manufacturer is verified. There is a way to filter it, so it can be a verified manufacturer only in Alibaba. You can always look at the rating for them too, make sure they're legit, make sure there are ratings and comments and stuff like that. The second way to watch out for is that, so when you do order the bulk order, is that the bulk order is not as good as the sample product that you got. When it comes to this, make sure you're very specific in your tech packs and when it comes to making these, and also always read carefully when it comes to these manufacturers. We don't want to waste more money than we need to, considering everything in life is already getting more expensive. Number two, everyone wants to sell you a course nowadays. All information is basically free to the point you don't need to buy a course. This is not saying all courses are a scam or misleading, but most of the time these are just not really worth the money. Most of the time, there are YouTube videos that will give you a start to finish process on everything you need to learn. These videos might be like a couple hours long, which kind of sucks, but like it's better than spending a course. You can always just kind of keep a mark of where you left off anyways in these YouTube videos. Or if you need to go on like Google, you can even use ChatGPT if you really want to. I'm not the biggest fan of AI. You can go on Reddit. There's a lot of information out there that you can actually get, so you don't really need to learn a course. People will post courses online for free anyways that will just give you like all the things you really need to know. And once you get all the information that you know how to like navigate the information of what you need and where to learn and all that stuff. I would say learn as much as you possibly can before you go purchase a course. Most of these courses are very vague on purpose, and you might ask why. Well, that's because it is just to move you through the sales funnel. And as someone who has worked in sales, there are reasons people are very vague on purpose, is that because they can move you forward. So basically when you buy a course, it's going to be watered down, and it's something you probably could have learned anyways through YouTube University or just a quick Google search or something like that. So trust me when I say this, there is so much information out there that will help you for free. Personally, sometimes there's too much information out there, so it's a little bit hard. Just be careful where you're going to get your information from, because it can still be misleading. So just make sure everyone's kind of saying the same thing. Number three, brand ambassadors. Now, this is another thing you kind of have to watch out for. They love to call themselves brand ambassadors for some reason. They're just like in your DMs being like, hey, we want to model for your brand, blah, 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 something along those lines. Especially when you're first starting out. People love free clothes in exchange for content or in exchange for nothing. So you have to make sure that these people are legit. Make sure they are doing what they're actually saying. Check these people's profiles. Make sure they actually have posts. Some people don't even have posts, and they want to model your clothes. And I'm like, you have no posts in your Instagram. There's no stories about these brands or anything. So check these people's profiles. Like, do a little deep search if you want to. Make sure they are promoting their brands with stories, posts, carousels, reels, TikToks, etc., all that kind of stuff. Make sure they're wearing the clothes of the brands in the photos. Make sure the brand is tagged in there. Go through their highlights. Usually they have this like a highlight called like promo or something. Make sure the brand is tagged, go through them, and make sure they're actually wearing the clothes on the website. To make sure they're legit, I made like an extensive list for them for what they can do for me. In my list, I asked them to like, before I even send them anything, I'm like, first off, just subscribe to the email list or like SMS marketing or whatever. Write me a review when you get the product. Tag me in every post, like if you have that. Like and comment on like some of my posts already made. Maybe you can maybe tag some friends or something like that. I always ask them to provide examples of who they have modeled for and to show me the posts they've already done. I always ask them before they even go anywhere. I'm like, how do you go about promoting the brand, and asking them what they can do for me. Generally, they'll kind of give you some kind of insight if they're more legit and like views and all that stuff. That's just kind of how it goes. So make a list for them. If they're legit, they'll kind of, more of them will stick around if they're legit and care about the brand, that they actually like your clothing. There are legit ones out there. You just have to be careful. The reason I actually considered it this time, just because when I'm first starting out, is because you can still lose a piece or two, which isn't the worst. Is it going to hurt a little bit? Yes. But you're not going to be losing like thousands of dollars compared to like a manufacturing scam. Also, I needed to test out my shipping label anyways, or my printer. So just to make sure it works for when the time does come around, when I do get orders through like meta ads and stuff like that, just be careful who you talk to. Number 4, fake designers. I don't have a problem with this one because I make all the designs myself, because that's what I actually love doing about this, is making the designs. However, there are people who don't want to make the designs and they would rather just buy them off someone else, and just they want to do more of the marketing side or like the sales side of things. There are fake designers out there who will charge for a streetwear design but will never even send anything over. These people are usually in your DMs. You can get real designers through like Fiverr or some other freelancing website like Upwork or something. Since making designs is my favorite part of the branding, I basically just delete those conversations and block them because I just don't care. I'm going to make my designs unless I find someone who can also make them for me. But like, I don't know. That's the whole reason why I kind of started this, was because I just like designing clothes. I would suggest making your own designs if you can, because it'll help with your branding and kind of direct you of which way you want to go. And you kind of understand what your branding is already. So it'll just help with future stuff. There are more secure ways and trustworthy people out there. So just kind of check your options. If you are looking for designers, also watch out for people who will just rip someone else's design, or they'll just find something on Pinterest and send it to you without you knowing. Pinterest is a good place for inspiration, don't get me wrong, but just kind of make sure and kind of be a little more educated about some designs and everything. Number 5, friends. I know this one sounds a little bit out of pocket, but kind of watch out for your friends as well. Not everyone is here to meant to like your brand or whatever. So this one isn't really a scam. However, your friends like to think that you'll give them like a discounted price or like free clothes just because they're your friends. And I get that. But in all honesty, you can do whatever you want to do with this. But in the end, you are running a business. So you're here to build a brand and to make profit over time. So if you discount one item for one friend, then you're going to have to do it with all of your friends. And this is assuming your friends are going to support you in the first place. Not going to lie, most of your supporters are probably going to be people you have never met. And sometimes it can be a little disappointing to know that your friends aren't really going to support you all the way through, or they were never there in the beginning or whatever. But yeah, this is something I would kind of watch out for a little bit as well. Number 6, overnight success. This is going to take years, perhaps even a decade before you start really building up your brand. Kind of just depends how quickly you want to learn things and how much information you have, how much money you have, and who you know, and all this other stuff. There is no such thing as an overnight success. I honestly refuse to believe it, because here's why. People who are an overnight success have probably failed many other brands before, and they kind of already know what they're doing. Or they had successful brands before, so they know exactly what they're doing. It's hard to really know nowadays just because it is social media. People literally know what they're doing when most of the time. They might already have the money, or they're a trust fund Nepo baby who have the money and can pay certain people who know what they're doing. Also, it's social media, so take it with a grain of salt, because people love to believe what they see and hear online. You can boost your profiles on TikTok, Instagram, and all that stuff, and have like 10,000 followers or whatever. And yes, it looks attractive and stuff, but because I don't know what it is about numbers that people like when they're bigger, but it can basically just be like you can buy followers and you can still boost and stuff and engagement and all sort of stuff. So just kind of be wary about it. You are not going to make a quick buck from this. If you do, then you really have to be smart with your money and know how to scale, because people don't really know how to spend their money correctly, or they'll just spend it on things that they don't need. Like a lot of brands, once they start making like good money, the person will spend it like on a car or something that's like completely useless. Just make sure you spend your money correctly. Overnight successes aren't really a thing, honestly. Most of the time, there's like a marketing team that finds you, or they will kind of go out of the way to, I don't know, just kind of pay you out or something. Yeah, just don't believe those overnight success stories. It's a long grind for most people, at least. Just go at your own pace and learn everything correctly, just because you don't want to have to go back and retrace your steps. So these are just a few scams out there that I would watch out for. There are plenty more out there, unfortunately. These were just kind of the main ones I have seen. People love to take advantage of those who are naive and just starting out, because you're going to be gullible and you're going to be looking for information or like a quick way out or something like that. So just keep your guard up, do your research, and be skeptical, because people would love to ruin your experience and your journey. If any of these happen to you, don't let it take away your drive or anything like that. Just get back up on your feet, as much as it sucks. Hey, if you guys like this video, feel free to click the subscribe button. Let me know if anything like these has either happened to you, or things you have noticed along the way of your streetwear journey, or if you're just starting out and if this helped you guys, I would appreciate it. I'd like to know your thoughts. All my links are in the description. If you feel free to follow me, check out my website if you'd like to purchase any of my clothes or to keep up with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.